All right, so here we are at our potential new pizza venture. This was a organic vegan pizza place. I pretty much think that says it all. But they did do a lot of work and they spent some money in here, which is great for me because I can pretty much come in here very inexpensively. They did some nice tile work here coming in. This is that nice like new tile wood stuff that everybody seems to be using now. It's like tile, but it looks like wood. They did some nice wainscoting already. Since they left that spot bare, I would imagine that they probably had the booths running with the backs to the wall here. And then had the table in between and then the chairs, which is great for large groups. I'm not sure if I like these fixtures, but they do have this lighting in place. It looks like lights for above all the tables here, which is also saves us some money. I just have to get some new, some sort of fixture for these, whatever the parts are that go there. I kind of like that they did this on the brick. Of course, we would change this. Another idea too, since I'm going with this being like, I want this to be real, like New York pizza. So I kind of like this exposed real brick feel, except for to try to go with New York, I think I would maybe get some graffiti on this wall instead. A little graffiti here. I'm thinking to cover this up, unless we can get it off with some sort of chemical. I can get a big picture blown up here of, I don't know, New York skyline or something and frame it and then put it right over this big decal they put here. Looks like they had the booths running regular that way. And this is like a bar. I think they had their stools here. People would sit here and have drinks. If we're gonna go New York pizza, of course, I would want to make this just a humongous slice counter. Very impressive type of display here. It would be filled with pizzas. And then they got this all set up for bar stuff, it looks like. There's all our wiring, which is great. That's a lot of work as well. That's already done. Looks like all the cameras and IPs and phone lines are all sitting there in that blob, which we'll have to figure out. It looks like they let those bricks come out a little bit there so they can put some wines probably hanging there on the wall. They probably fit right in between those bricks. And looks like it's already got beer taps. And this might be a little station for the waitress, maybe. So it looks like there was an ice machine here, or here, ice machine. Looks like the food would get expoed right out of this window. Kind of looks a little small. But it's nice that they have the opening anyway. You know, waitress could probably just come around too and get food out of here somewhere. We'd have to figure out the kitchen part. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think the wine bottles go in here. Pretty neat idea. And then it looks like they have their beer taps here, which I don't know what happened to these nozzles. I'm sure they can get changed. On the other side of this wall is the walk-in, so the kegs go right in the walk-in. So at least you can offer a couple beers on top, which is great. It's already set up for that. This is the only thing that's got me troubled a little bit, is this counter and the way it's all curved up. I mean, I guess it looks pretty cool, but I don't know how I could put pizzas up here. I'm really not sure what they had here that These are some lines. I'm not sure what these are. Water lines. Just don't know how we could do this. I wonder why they had run the water lines on the top of the counter. Why wouldn't they just run those in the counter like that? I have no idea. But anyway, so I'm not sure how you would get glass bent. That's the only way you could do a showcase here with pizza and leave the existing counter. But I think what we'll end up doing is trying to use a portion of this counter so that the frame and the base is here, and we will square this off, I think. I have to figure out the best way to do this. Be a shame too, because this is really thick stone. This looks like this was very expensive. Kind of digging this dark woodwork they did on this thing. All right, so it looks like they've got a entrance or an opening right here to the kitchen. I don't know that I necessarily like this too much, really. I mean, pretty much the customers have to come through. Customers would have to come through here to go to the restroom. So I like the door here, but I'm wondering why nothing was done here. So that's strange. And of course, the other part of it too is the waitresses and the people coming through here is going to interfere with customers going to the restroom. But again, I don't like this, because basically everybody walking by gets a direct shot into here. This would have to be a very neat area, I guess you would say. The problem is when it gets real busy, things start to get real scattered around. So whatever goes here would have to just be very neat looking. Another thing I was thinking is that you had to, I guess, you could also just close off this wall here and make this an additional opening for the servers to grab food from. And then this would be your main entrance to the kitchen, which I like that better. All right, so we got one restroom here. It looks like it's got automatic lights that turn on and off. Got automatic water sensors, I think. Look at this. Oh yeah, the people spent some money in here. I like that. It's pretty neat. Those doors are supposed to be self-closing. I don't know how they got away with not making them self-closing, but handicapped restrooms are always supposed to have self-closing doors. We'll have to fix that. It looks like they have a mop sink here in the closet. Kind of stinks in here. Kind of a poor place to put this, really. Yeah. Yeah, so it's got the nice kitchen tile working here. It's got a bunch of drains everywhere already, which is great. You can hose out this kitchen when it was time. It's got the FRP on the walls already. I'm checking this cooler to see how it's cooling. But they left behind this nice size walk-in cooler here. It's great, put your kegs there. And yeah, lots of space here for dough and cheese and your product. Looks like they had all their soda there. And this is where the oven was. I don't know what kind of oven they had here, but I could see the duct there. Part of the duct. It looks like it's looks like this is a 12. Actually, this looks like 14-inch ductwork. It's a pretty big duct. I don't know. It's weird because they just left that there. I don't see any signs anywhere that there was a fryer. I mean, I see grease on the ceiling here, and I see that's makeup air, but I don't see, I don't know, where the pull switch might have been for the fire system, I don't see any evidence of anything like that. So maybe this was just a Type 2 hood that was just for taking out the heat on a pizza oven. Kind of stinks that there would be no fryer system, at least. I'm not even sure they'd be able to use this ductwork now if I were to put a Type 1 hood in for the pizza oven and a fryer, because they generally would have to have welded seams and usually a thicker construction. Yeah. That seems pretty flimsy. Some more hand sinks here. I have no idea what that was for. It looks like their dish machine was somewhere on this wall. Yeah, so they have. It's weird because they got a K-class fire extinguisher, which usually is what's required for a fryer. Yeah, it looks like a 3-compartment sink was here. So this was the dish area pretty much. It looks like a 3-compartment sink was here. We had your dish machine here, and it looks like this was, I don't know, it could have been all their microwaves and whatnot. Another hand sink. And here they have some sort of a ticket line here, so I think what they have here is one of those spinning ovens. Kind of would explain what these things are. Looks like these are those are pizza stones. So I think this looks like it would fit in one of those spinning ovens. I just don't know where they did their frying. Let's see what we got over here. I see grease on the wall here. No. It looks like here they would do their, I guess this is where they made pizza. The pizza make station here. Pizza oven there. I'm not sure what they did there. I think this was where the pizzas got cut. Orders got expedited out of here somehow. And again, I see an awful lot of, it looks like grease buildup to me here. I'm wondering, except for I only see one gas line, so maybe they had I don't know. I see a lot of grease over there too. Maybe they had a fryer here that wasn't supposed to be or something, I don't know. They had to fry stuff somehow though. I like that little fly zapper by the back door. Well, here we go. Let's transform this place into a thriving, successful pizza place. This is my job.